All right, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome in. This is BabyNation.com back here with another video. And guys, today we're going to be ranking the NFL's offensive teams and defensive teams. Obviously, this recording, or basically this tier list, is going to be based off what I think their team is going to be for this upcoming NFL season. So like I said, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe, and for me, make sure you guys join the Discord, links in the description. Make sure you guys go follow me on Twitch at Monolo27 so you guys don't miss any future streams. And then make sure you guys, if you guys want to, it's optional, go join, hop on ESPN, and then hit my link. It's in the description. Go join the NFL fantasy. It's a lot of fun. Let me guys know if you guys need me to make any more room on that. I know it's starting to get a little packed down there, but you guys can still join. You guys have between now and September 2nd to join. Still plenty of time. So if you guys want to join, please do so. You just need your email and your password to get in. You don't need to pay for it, nothing. So make sure you guys hop on that as soon as possible. But like I said, enjoy the list today. Like I said, if you guys haven't checked out the Minecraft Monday video from yesterday or a couple days ago, by the time this is coming out, make sure you guys do so, and also our previous content. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the list. Like I said, we're going to do the offensive teams first, and then I'll reset it, pause it, and then we'll do the defensive teams. So let's go ahead and run through the tier list. And like I said, first we're going to be doing the offensive teams. Second, we're going to be doing defense. So top of the tiers, we have the teams that are elite, then good, then decent. Then at the fourth tier list, we have okay. And if you guys don't know what that means, okay is basically like they're not the best in the world, but they're like okay, like they're okay at best. And then the bottom of the tier, like I call it your ass. So, and I could have wrote your ass down there too, but you know I try not to get too cocky about this one. But anyway, let's go ahead and begin with the Buffalo Bills. Are they really top 5 though? Because there's a lot of good damn offensive teams here in the league. I mean, besides Josh Allen, they don't really have a lot, but at the same time, they could just throw up 30 points like nothing. I'm gonna say they're good. I wouldn't really call them top 5 because besides Josh Allen, they don't really have the receiving depth, but they're capable of going out there and throwing points on you. I mean, that Buffalo offense is basically ran through Josh Allen. So they're still good. They're still a really good offensive team. I expect them to be good going into the season. Next we have the Dolphins. I mean, they still have Tyreek. They still have Achane. I mean, they should be at least a decent offensive team. But at the same time, we've seen moments at the Dolphins that they don't have good offensive performances. I'll put them at decent because I know the potential. Like they're one of those offenses that could score, but at the same time, like they also do have their fair share of moments when they go like 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. Next we got the Patriots. I think the offense is going to be decent this year. You know, Drake May, like I said a couple of years ago, I think he's going to have a major bounce back season. Not saying he was bad last year, but I'm wondering how Stephon Diggs sits into that system. They still have Hunter Henry, who I think played really well last year. I think and plus they scored points last year. Not like they got blown out every single game. Like they scored points, and so I think that's going to be a decent offensive team. Next we have the Jets, and I just don't know about this team. I don't know what they're really going to look like. I mean, they still have the receiver talent, but at the same time, I'm wondering how Justin Fields is going to play with that team. The offense wasn't really that good last year, and basically they just swapped their quarterback. So I'm just going to say they're okay at best, but if you guys want to take a shot at me for that, then I understand. Next, we got the Ravens. I mean, they're going to be elite. I mean, they've been one of the best offensive teams for years to come. Lamar Jackson was unbelievable last year. Derrick Henry looks like he's aging, but looks like he's not ever going to stop. Shout out Bateman in there. I mean, that team is still really good, be really good offensively. Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, like that's a really good damn offensive team, man. Their Baltimore is becoming one of the best offensive teams in the league. And speaking of one of the best offensive teams in the league, we have Cincy. Yeah, since easily, this team is capable of going out there and throwing like 60 plus points on a dot on you. It's just basically the same offense as last year, and I remember last year they lost so many games because they couldn't play defense. And like I said, we're gonna get to the defensive teams here in a minute, but at the same time, like Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow, that's already enough to beat an elite offensive team. Next, we have the Browns. Yeah. I think they're going to be ass. I don't think they're going to be good offensively next year. Sure. I don't even know who the starting quarterback is going to be. It does have a chance to be Sanders, but I think it's going to be I think it's gonna be Pickett right now. I just don't know. I don't know about that team, man. It does not, and the roster doesn't look that exciting. Next up, we got the Steelers. If you guys have heard, they have now signed Aaron Rodgers to the roster now, so as we all expected. But they got DK Metcalf, they got Mike Tomlin, so I'm not gonna say that they're ass, but I'm just gonna say that they're okay at best. Because like I said, I'm not really expecting a lot out of the Steelers offense. Like I said, Pittsburgh Steelers is because about defense. All you're paying attention to whatever the Steelers is defense. So yeah, I'm very curious how Aaron Rodgers does in that system, but I'm not really expecting them to be like this elite, maximized, talented offense. You know what I mean? Next, we have the Houston Texans, and I would say, they have a good offense. As long as CJ Stroud picks up his game from last year, I think he should be fine. And he does have a maximum. He does have a lot of talent with him, Nico Collins. And I am wondering if Tank Dell does return to the lineup this season, and I hope he does because that's just a very unfortunate injury. But yeah, this Texans team, their offense is still pretty damn good. Next, we have the Colts. I'm okay at best. They got Pittman, they got Downs, but I don't know what the quarterback situation is looking over there for the Colts. Right now it's Anthony Richardson, and I'm just not. But at the same time, the Colts have their fair share of games where they go out there and put up like 30 plus. So I can't call them a complete ass team, but I'm just gonna say okay at best because it's kind of like the Steelers. I'm not expecting too much out of them. Next we have the Jags. I'm kind of in the same situation with them. Just Trevor Lawrence. I hope he does pick it up next year. I know he got injured last year, but I hope he plays really well next year. I'm rooting for the man. But besides that, they lost Evan Ingram this offseason. And I know you still have Tank Bigsby, but I don't think that's really enough for me to convince me that you're going to be a good offensive team. Next, we have Tennessee. No, I'm not expecting Tennessee to be a good offensive team. They got some wide receiver talent down there. But like I said, I don't know what the quarterback. No, Alex Ward. I think he could be a pretty damn good quarterback in the NFL, but I'm not expecting that this season. Therefore, I think they're going to knock. I don't think Tennessee's going to be that good offensively. Next, we have Denver. I don't know. I'm kind of in the boat between decent and good because if they have Evan Ingram now to the roster, basically brought back the roster. I would say decent just because we don't know really what they're going to look like yet. But I know the Denver team is going to be really good this season, or at least I know. So we're going to put them at decent right now because they have good talent. We just got to see what they look like on the football field. After that, we have the Chiefs. Chiefs have their fair games, man. Chiefs have not really been that good offensively last year. They're basically running it back with the same roster. I'm gonna say decent because this Chiefs team is very much capable of throwing points at you, but at the same time, they might get away with some games. It might be in the mid 20s. So we're gonna put them in decent. They still have Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Rashee Rice. So I do think that once they get healthy, they'll be good. But for right now, we're gonna put them at decent. Next, we got the Raiders. Geno Smith, running back situation is not so good there. Now Jacoby Myers could be pretty damn good. This season, Brock Bowers is pretty good, so I'm gonna say decent for the Raiders. They got some talent out there. Listen, am I expecting this team to be really good offensively? No, but I'm expecting to be right in the middle of the pack offensively. Next, we have the Chargers, and basically after what I saw last year, oh yeah, I'm definitely ranking them in a good category, man. They got some good offensive firepower down there. And I don't know why. I just think that the Chargers are going to be a good leveled offense. They didn't even have enough talent last year, basically what I said, and they went out there and had some really good offensive performances then. So yeah, we're going to put them here. I think they're going to be a good offense. Next, we have Dallas. CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens definitely does motivate me a little bit, and Dak Prescott coming out of injury is something I'm going to be looking forward to this season too for Dallas. But for right now, we're going to put them at decent because it's kind of like Denver's situation. We haven't seen them all three on the field yet. Next, we have the Giants. I'm going to say okay. just basic because they have Malik Neighbors on the field. I know he's going to be absolutely spectacular, like he does this last year in his rookie season. He was absolutely phenomenal. And then you got Russell Wilson, so you do have at least a veteran that's coming in there. And so it does motivate me a little bit, but it's kind of like Denver and Dallas. We need to see them on the field first. Next, we have the Eagles. I mean, they're elite. I mean, and there's no question about it. They score a whole bunch of points every single week. They're one of the best offensive teams, and that's why they won the Super Bowl this previous year, because they're one of the best offensive teams in the league. There's no question. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. Like, you can just go through the whole roster. They're elite. Next, we have the Commanders. They're a good ran offense. I mean, especially after last year. It was very phenomenal to watch this Commanders team last year. Jaden Daniels, he was spectacular. Robinson. Now they added Deebo Samuel to go with Terry McLaurin. They got Trey McBride. Like they got I forgot that tight end's name, but I know he's subpar good too. Like this Commanders team, they're gonna be pretty fucking good next year. They're gonna be a high level of powered offensive team. Next, we got the Bears, and I like I said, the Bears, you just don't know because you don't know what you're getting every single year. They have potential to be good. They have potential to be bad. So we're just gonna put them up here with decent, just because I just don't know what to say about the team. I mean, it's basically the same roster, and they have talent too. The question is, will they? Next, we have the Lions. I mean, obviously they're elite. They won my Offensive Team of the Year award just a season ago. And when you have a roster like that, like literally, Lions literally ran trick plays. Their offense is so good that they just ran trick plays all over teams last year. Like does that not motivate you that they're one of the best offensive teams in football? Next, we have the Packers, and the Packers do have a good offense. Now I know they don't really have the best receiving room, but the Packers actually do have a pretty good damn offense. And the only reason why they're really up here is because Jordan Love and the addition and the huge upgrade that Josh Jacobs has brought to this team. I mean, when those two were getting going last year, they were really good offensively. So yeah, they were pretty damn good by its own. Next, we got the Vikings, and do I put them in the lead? Do I think they're top 5 offensive? Yeah, I will. I'm gonna put the Vikings top 5, man. I mean, they exploded offensively last year. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison were both fantastic last year. Even Jordan Naylor, I think he gave me some big spots last year. Now, I think this team is really going to rely on J.J. McCarthy, really, but just by looking at the team and looking at the roster that J.J. McCarthy has to look at. Or, I don't know, man. Do I put the Vikings in the league? Because, like I said, it's kind of like Dallas and Denver situation. We just got to see what they look like on the field. But, yeah, I'll put them up here just because I know how talented that team is. Next, we have Atlanta. I'll put them at decent because they still have, like, Drake London, and they still have some other cool receivers on our roster. They still have Kyle Pitts, who could be very, who could be very underrated these next couple weeks, but like I said, will they pick it up? I mean, they had a lot of moments last year that they picked it up, and they had some moments that they just let it go last year. So the question is, will they pick that up? Next up, we got the Panthers. I'm gonna put the Panthers in decent, man. I thought the Panthers was actually a pretty good leveled off ran offense last year, and they actually put up points, and actually I think that was their biggest strength of that team last year. So I see Bryce Young's potential, man. It's growing and growing, and we'll see how the Panthers go from here, but for right now it's looking pretty damn promising right now. Like, so not playoff caliber yet, but they're getting close, and their offense is a big reason part of that. Next, we have the Saints. No, the Saints ain't gonna be a good offensive team. They don't really have anybody, man. They just don't have pieces. I mean, that team is just falling off, man. I mean, besides like JSN or but besides that, I'm not really motivated about this roster. Next, we have the Bucs, and definitely a very good ran offense over there. Baker Mayfield played I already played Baker Mayfield enough from last year. He even played significantly well last year. Mike Evans continues to be consistent. Chris Godwin, he should be coming back, but he was absolutely amazing before his injury. Yeah, that whole offense is just a machine right now. They were really good. Next, we have the Cardinals, and they do have their moments too. They have their good offensive moments. They have their bad offensive moments. But if I had like a tier between these two, I would put the Cardinals there. But I'm gonna lead them towards decent because we've seen them at times that they scored like 0 points, or maybe don't score until like the third quarter. But like I said, if I had them tier between these two, I'll probably put the Cardinals, maybe the Panthers, and I'll put the Chiefs names up there as well. Next, we have the Rams, and definitely a very good offense. Definitely has potential to be an elite offense on their own. I mean, to me, bringing in Devontae Adams with Puka Nacua, that is an awesome combo right there. I love that combo of them two. I think them two are going to work out with each other next year. Matthew Stafford still playing like he's 26, 27 years old. He's still throwing the football. I know he's aging, but he's throwing the football. Like he's still playing really well. Kyron Williams played well last year. Got some bright star in the tight end position for the Rams. Our offense is going to be pretty damn good. Next, we have San Francisco. I mean, it could be good because, like I said, they're kind of like Arizona. We've seen no moments that they just don't score that many points. But at the same time, we know the potential of this team, man. They still have Brock Purdy. They don't have Debo anymore, but they do have Brandon Ayuk still. They still have George Kittle still. CMC is coming back. I mean, I'll put them in good because they have enough talent to be pretty good offensively, like all the guys are just named. But the question is, will Debo Samuel hit that team? You know what I mean? So that's gotta be something that we have to look forward towards this season. And last but not least, the Seahawks. I'm gonna put them okay. I mean, I know Sam Darnold is basically the reason why I'm kind of putting the Seahawks right here instead of down here. I mean, but if you just look at the roster and just how it's constructed right now, I don't really see a lot of good offensive. I mean, they got some good offensive players. They got a really good running back situation too, but I just don't really see the potential for this team. All right, guys, and that will conclude the offensive teams. And now let's go ahead and head to the defensive teams. Alright, and now we're back with the defensive teams. Alright, so like I said, same category, nothing new here. Alright, so starting off, we got the Buffalo Bills. I mean, they were a pretty good damn defense last year, and this team did let a lot of points a couple last year, and I don't really see, I mean, they made some moves in the offseason, but I'm kind of like, let's see it on the field, but at the most part, they were pretty damn good. So I am expecting the Bills to be a good defensive team, but not the best defensive team. Next, we have the Dolphins. I don't know why. I always thought the Dolphins always had a decent defense. I mean, I don't know why. It's just what I mean. They don't really have guys that got no one defense, but at the same time, like I just think that they're a decent mid-level defensive team. I don't know what it is, but I just think that's what they do. Next, we have the Patriots. I'm gonna say okay. I mean, they got some players on there that could be pretty outstanding on defense, but they did allow a very good bit of points last season, and I haven't really saw any significant changes on the roster. So that alone, that doesn't really convince me that they're gonna be that much improved this season. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Next, we have the Jets, and I always say about the Jets all the time, and how their defensive teams are basically the only reason why they stay in games. And there's another team that we're going to talk about that in just a second. And the Jets did get burned later in the year, but more to look at it, Jets defense it's always been good. That defense has always been, Jets always been like a really good defensive team as of late. Now I would be surprised with that roster, especially led by Sauce Gardner. I'll be surprised if they do struggle, but yeah, the Jets have always been known as a defensive presence. Next, we have the Baltimore Ravens, and do I really consider the Ravens as a top 5 defensive team? I mean, they're close. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think like who would I put in the league category if I had to. Let's see. What I put Baltimore in the starting 5? Actually, yeah, I am going to right now because Baltimore's main weakness last year was the running game, but I meant the passing game. The running game is absolutely fantastic. The running game was just block everybody and nobody could do shit on that team. But the passing game was the big thing for Baltimore last year, and I think they fixed that throughout the season. The more I think about that, the more I think how complete this defense is. Like, so right now they're going to stay in the lead, but if I think about 5 more better defensive teams, I'm going to put them in good. Next we got the Bengals. Yeah, the Bengals are ass. I mean, come on, look how many points they allowed last year. And I said this about the Cincinnati Bengals. That's the main thing that they need to do this offseason. Try to find a better defense. And I don't think they did that. So the Bengals are definitely going in the ass category for defense. Next we have Cleveland, and yeah, I think Cleveland's still an elite defense. You still got to think about Miles Garrett's still absolutely fantastic. I mean, that's just basically why the Browns are basically being competitive in games, if even that, because like I said, I'm expecting that offense to not be good next year, but their defense will have some good moments. I know they will get smoked by a couple of teams that they have on their schedule this year because a lot of teams that are playing are good this season, but yeah, but this defense is basically the main reason why they're even in contention for winning games. Next we have the Steelers. I mean, the Steelers have always been known in their defense. Actually, I'm going to move the Browns down to good, because they did get a little exposed by the end of the year. But Steelers will lead. They're always going to be a good defensive team. TJ Watt would never leave. Never let that Steelers defense ever be bad. I mean, that, like I said, that's basically just a front runner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's why they remain in every single game, because their defense is so dominant every single season. And especially when you're ran by Mike Tomlin, you know your defense is going to be pretty damn good. So let me tell you that. Next we have the Houston Texans. I would say good. I mean, they had a pretty menacing defense last year. I expect this defense to pick it up. I mean, basically this defense had some down moments now and then, but majority of the time they were pretty damn good, and I'm expecting them to be pretty good this season. Next we have the Colts. I don't know. They did allow. Actually, no. I'm gonna put them in the ass category. They actually allowed too many damn points last year. But like I said, that's why I thought the Indianapolis Colts are kind of like the Bengals, because they be scoring like 30 something points, and then they be losing because they be allowing like 42 or 45. So yeah. Plus the Colts, I don't really see that defense really being a good defensive team this year. We're gonna put them in the ass. Next we have Jacksonville, and I do think about Travis Hunter, and if he does play defense coordinator, which I mean CB, which I'm kind of am expecting him to. I actually think that Jaguars defense actually does take a step up this season. I will go about average defense. I can't put him in good or elite right now, because that'll just be way too much for me. I know the comments will kind of roast me for that one, but I don't know, man. Something's telling me that Travis Hunter is going to change that defense, and they're going to change from like an average defense that they were last year to one of the more surprising good defenses in the league. So I'm going to put him in average right now. Next, we have Tennessee, and I'm going to go okay. I don't think they have the worst defense out there, but at the same time, I don't really expect that team to be complete on defense. They are a young group, so they will get, like, a majority of the guys are first-year guys, so they're going to be, like, not really teams with experience, and then when they play teams with experience, they're going to get their ass kicked. But yeah, I'm not going to call them the worst defense in the world. Absolutely not. After that, we have Denver elite. Like, I'm expecting this Denver defense to be absolutely phenomenal this season. Like, I'm expecting it to be kind of like a brick wall this entire season, man. Like I said, Denver's main strengthness as a football team is their defense. Their defense is absolutely incredible, and I'm expecting them to be incredible again this season. Next, we have the Chiefs, and I don't know if you guys are talking about this, but I think the Chiefs actually got a pretty good damn defense. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Chris Jones has basically been the front runner to that defense, and he's actually been really fucking good this season. And I feel like whenever he plays well, the whole defense plays well. So if I'm being honest, I think the Chiefs actually got a very underrated defense. I know a lot of people don't really talk about the Chiefs being a pretty good defensive team, but for right now, I think the Chiefs are looking pretty damn solid on the defensive side of the ball. Next, we got the Raiders. I'm gonna say okay. I mean, definitely their main weakness of the team right now, but they still have Max Crosby, and therefore they will never die. They'll never be in the ass category, because I know he can make plays, and I know that brother is special. But besides that, I don't really see how this defense is gonna be that good. So I'm just gonna put them in okay right now. Next, we have the Chargers, and I don't know. There's so many good defensive teams. Actually, I'm gonna move Baltimore down here to good, because I got some more great defensive teams out here for you. There's a lot of good defensive teams down here in the league. Next, we got the Chargers. Would I take the Chargers defense over the Ravens? Actually, no, I'm not. We're gonna move Baltimore back to elite, and I'm gonna put the Chargers in good. But the Chargers are still a really good ran defensive team. So I'm expecting the Chargers to be like the good Chargers again. They could. I mean, they did get a little exposed by the end of the year, but like I said, I'm kind of expecting the Chargers to beat the Chargers. I'm expecting for them to beat the defensive team as they were for all the years and come, except for the end of the season of last year. Next, we have the Dallas Cowboys, and I know they're pretty good. I know this team is really made of defense, but last year, Dallas struggled on the defensive side of the ball. We'll put them in average right now because, like I said, I'm not a complete quitter in Dallas. I know how good that defense could be, but at the same time, I'm not expecting it to be like 100% like clean defense as they were like a couple years ago. So we'll go average. Next, we got the Giants, and I'm actually going to put them in average. I actually don't think they're really that bad at the defensive team at all. I don't know why, because they just have a young group that is just really motivated in about their defense. So I'm going to put them in average right now. And like I said, I'm kind of expecting the Giants defense to be the main factor of their key success for this season. If they want to have success, they're going to be main focused on their defense. Next, we got the Eagles, and I'm just going to put them in good because they did lose a lot of players last season. But I know this defense still has enough key pieces on that championship roster for me to like really say that they're not going to be. I mean, because last year this team was elite. This team was absolutely went into the league category last year for defense. This year we're just going to put them in good because we don't know when they're going to look like 100%, especially losing majority of the roster. So we're going to put them in good. Next we have Washington, and I'm going to put them in average. I mean, if you like I said, if you want to be a good NFL team, you want to have at least one of the best offenses in the league, and you want to have at least an average defense. That's what the Commanders have. Commanders have one of the best offensive teams in the league, and they have one of the most averages defenses. Like I said, this defense will make mistakes now and then. It won't be 100% sharp, but when they are sharp, they're really good, and that's basically what we saw in the Commanders last season. So I'll put them in average. Next, we got the Bears. I mean, they've been getting whooped by when they play good teams, like elite teams, they get whooped. But when they're playing against teams better than them or about the same level, they actually perform pretty damn good. I'll put them okay because I'm basically just describing the exact definition of an average defense there. Next, we got the Lions, and I'm gonna say they're a pretty good defense, but this is when they're when they're healthy. Majority of the time, when this team is healthy, they're a pretty good damn defense. Now, I know they got exposed in the playoffs, and Aiden Hutchinson is out, so that's basically their front runner of that defense. But don't let that fool you from back that he played so well last year, and how the cornerbacks and the safeties played really good for the Lions last year, other than the injury. But yeah, this Lions defense is still really good when everybody's healthy. Next, we have Green Bay, and I'm gonna put him in average right now. You could make an argument that they should be up here and good, and if you want to argue about that, I'm not gonna disagree with you 100%. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just feel like I have too many teams up here in the good category that just have to move somebody down to average, and I very much could do the same thing to the Chiefs. We will see. What we do and what it's going to end up as, but for right now we're going to put them in average. But I still know this defense. This defense is still a little bit talented on paper. Out of that, we got the Vikings. I'm going to put them in the lead, especially after what I saw last year. They got the coaching for defense. They got the players for defense. I love what we saw out of that defense, especially in Kinko last year. Love what we saw out of him, and that defense just looked pretty damn good. And I know when they're playing against good offensive teams, they could have the moments then. But like I said, especially at the low last year, I think at one point, like a lot of leagues in the world, they led the league like sacks and interceptions. Yeah, that defense is phenomenal. Next, we got the Falcons. I'm gonna put them in okay because besides their D line, they do have some problems in the secondary. I would think. And they do often allow a lot of points, and they've been a lot of games last year that they do allow a lot of points. So I'm gonna say okay at best. They're not but I'm gonna put them at okay. Same thing with the Panthers. I mean, like I said, the Panthers' main strength of their team is their offense. Their defense, it could be good at times. Okay, it could be good at times, but when does that happen? A very little small amount. So I just can't put them. I can't put them in the average tier until I see it. Next, we have the Saints. And man, come on. The Saints defense is going to be horrible last year. It was horrible last year. A lot of shitload of points last year. Like I basically said about their offense, man. Like, I'm not really too motivated going into this season to care about the roster, because I really don't. Next, we have the Buccaneers. I actually do think the Buccaneers got a good defense. I mean, they actually did have some stops last year. I think they did pretty well. in the secondary last year. Maybe not so much in the D line, but maybe in the secondary. I think they did pretty good with that last year. And the more I look at this Bucks roster, I think they're going to be just fine. Like, as long as their offense carry the rock, then yeah, they should be just fine. Next, we got the Cardinals. I'm actually going to put them in an average defense because I think this defense is average. I don't think it's great on me. I don't think it's one of the best defenses in the world. But at the same time, I think this team has enough talent for me to put them at a defensive average football team. Next, we got the Rams. I mean, I know the Rams had struggled against the run recently, and I know we did a lot better with that ongoing the end of the season. But to be honest with you, and you guys don't get me biased to this, I think the Rams are actually a really good defensive team. We have so many young people on that roster that I just think it's just gonna motivate Sean McVay to walk around with that defense. Yeah, like I said, I'm expecting the Rams to be good all around. And the Rams showed a lot of good defensive moments from last postseason. So I think they're gonna be a pretty good defensive team. Next, we got the Niners, and the Niners don't have the same core. Like, I know they still have Fred Warner, but besides that, their core that just died down on defense, and they just lost majority of their defense. They're kind of like the Dallas Cowboys, like a team that could be pretty damn good defensively if they have their guys and they're healthy. But at the same time, they lost so many defensive players that we just don't know anymore. I'm gonna put them in okay because I don't think the Niners are really gonna be that good of a defensive team as they were. I'm not really expecting them to be as scary as they were last year, so I'm gonna put them at okay. But if you guys want to argue with me and say that they could be in the average category, then I actually do agree with you. Alright, and the last team we got the Seattle Seahawks. I'm gonna put them in okay too. I mean they do have a somewhat of a good defense, but I don't think they have enough defensive players to be considered like, oh my god, this is a really good, phenomenal defense. So yeah, we're gonna go with that. And then since I do have 4 and elite, I do have the bump up 1 to elite. So we're gonna give that spot to I'm gonna give it to the I'll give it to the Browns because I did put the Cleveland Browns up on there before I moved it down to good, so we'll just put them up there. Alright guys, and that is the defensive teams, and this is where I'm going to sign off for today. So like I said, I'm gonna sign off here. Hopefully you guys do appreciate this channel. Hopefully you guys do enjoy the video. You guys already know what to do. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button for it. But anyway, I'm gonna hop off, get this thing at this so you guys can watch it on time. This is Bibby here from NinjaNation.com. Peace out, stay safe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.